Hello and welcome to How to Deal When the Shit Gets Real podcast. I'm Rietta.
And I'm Connie. Oh, yeah. What are we talking about today, Rietta? We're talking about, we're taking a break from the serious and we're talking about like beauty shit, stuff that we like to put on our face. Because women are constantly trying to look pretty, aren't
And
we
not
all?
not just our face also.
Yes. There's a lot of fucking maintenance. It's really upsetting, actually, the amount of maintenance women are expected to withhold. I mean, it's fine, but some days I'm just like, there's just so much.
I literally made this comment to my husband the other day. Like, we tend to shower together because, I mean, why not? We're both home. It saves water. It's all good fun. Not saying anything dirty. I'm
You
just
have
talking about
to.
a shower. But, we both get out at the same time and he's done in like 5 minutes. And like, I haven't even blow dried my hair. And I'm like, I hate you.
Oh my God. Yes, exactly. And I'm like, well, also my problem is, so I did the same thing, except for I'm like, can you get out now? I want to shave my legs and you take up too much space. I need some room to like contort myself to make sure you get the thighs, the back of the thighs, all of the leg, so I don't miss any hairs. You need to get out of the shower. There's a lot of hair to be removed with this razor. And the way you do that is by contorting yourself in a million directions.
Yeah. Well, luckily for me, we actually have a pretty big shower, so I can do it, but I get what you're saying. And like a regular shower, it's not very easy.
Well, and besides that, bending down husband, it's not going to be great.
Yeah,
he's going to be like, slap, slap, slap. And I'll be like, babe, I'm trying to shave my legs. I'm going to have a million cuts if you don't stop touching my butt. Just because it's down doesn't mean you need to touch it all the time.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
It's all fine. That's why I'm like, you need to get out of the shower. I'm like, I'm not even playing this game. It's time for you to go. It took you 5 seconds to get out.
Well, there's one beauty thing that I've always thought about doing that maybe somebody on our Instagram can let us know is like the laser hair removal, because I'm so tired of shaving my legs and my armpits, and it would be nice not to have to.
Yeah, I've talked to a few people who have got it done. One had a bad allergic reaction to it. Like, her skin didn't take it very well. It was an old coworker of mine. Her skin got like all sorts of bumpy.
Ooh.
Yeah, after doing it. And it looks like basically like a rash for a while. And then it calmed down. But my understanding of the laser removal is that you have to go multiple times for it to actually take effect. So it's not just like a one and done thing.
Yes. Yeah. You have to do multiple sessions, but then once you're done with like the third of the fourth session, then you're done and then your hair never grows back.
That would be lovely.
I know, wouldn't it be? And I've heard nothing but good things, but it's not cheap. But, if people want to chime in on that, just because we were talking about shaving.
Have you looked on Groupon? Because you could at least get 1 or 2 sessions discounted. That's least, true. You could start off with a discounted. And so my cheap ass would wonder, okay, I will use one Groupon for one session at one specific place that does it, and then I would go and look for another Groupon at another place that I have not been to for the second, etc. That's what my cheap ass would do.
Cheating the system.
I don't know, but the other thing is quality. Like, what if one place was better quality than the other?
That's
or
true.
Maybe you could get like a bundle, because like sometimes they have packs of like 3 sessions, like half off, discounts like that. You could look into it. I don't know actually at Hawaii would probably be the best time and place to get it, because when are you going to be in your bathing suit more than in Hawaii?
Exactly.
But the expense, I don't know if it would be more expensive in Hawaii versus getting it back in the States or not.
It probably would be. And that's like, I've been wanting to, and actually Kyle even said go get your eyebrows microbladed. I'm like, babe, you realize that it's not permanent. I'm going to have to do it many times. The first one's like $500. You have to get touched up. You have to get it touched up for your life. And you know how much my eyebrow pencil costs? $1.50.
And looks just as good. I just actually would have never thought that you would have needed microblading. Your eyebrows look really good to me.
Thanks. I do still have some of the residual, like super thin 90s eyebrows. They look good right now, obviously, because they're like, they're colored in. And I realize you guys out there in audio land can't see. And I mean, it's $1.50 for a pencil that lasts me like at least 2 weeks versus $500. Like, I know the pencil will add up over time, but it's just so much easier.
Yeah, the pencil isn't very like difficult to do, or you know what I mean? Like it's like swoosh swoosh on. But I have been gifted with very good brows, so
yeah, you have great brows. Well, my problem was like
they're not even colored.
You were later in the 90s, so like we like when I was a teenager, we were tweezing them, so they were like
I know.
We're
I remember.
There.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they look like little sperm. Remember that one?
Yes.
Well, see, the only reason why I didn't end up doing that, because it was still semi-popular when I was in high school, is that I fucking hated tweezers. Mm-hmm. I did not have the money to go get my eyebrows waxed. So the only way I would ever get that thin of a line is if I would have tweezed them. And I hated tweezing. I don't care anymore now that I am an adult, but like it was a horrifying thought to me to tweeze hair out of my eyebrows. Like I was like, that's painful. No, thank you. The only way it would happen is if I would go and get my eyebrows waxed by the same woman who has cut my hair since I was a baby. And she was never going to do my eyebrows that thin.
No.
Like my mom never allowed it.
It's just funny how much it's changed, Yeah, I went from that and now everybody's got like super thick ones. I actually just within the last like 6 months started like coloring mine in, and at first I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I can do this. And now like when I don't have it on, I'm like, I gotta go put my eyebrows on.
You're like, oh, this looks weird.
Yeah, like it's funny like how at first you're like, whoa, it's way too dark, they look too big, like what's happening? And then like later on I'm like, no, it balances my face out, I like it.
Yes, for sure.
And since we're on the face already now, we can talk about some of our favorite concealers, tinted moisturizers, night cream, day cream, whatever you put on your face. Connie, you go first.
But first, do you want to hear my funny brow story?
Oh, of course I do. And I'm sure they do
too. I have pretty great brows. They're very low maintenance, already have a natural arch, not much besides like maintenance needs to be done to my brows. This lady, I'm like, oh, I was doing like this secret shopper. You get paid, you go, you get your eyebrows waxed, and then like you ask them about products. Cool, no problem. And so I asked them to do brows, and they put these big honkers on me. I was like, what did you, like, I got into the car and I was like, what the hell is this? It took up half of my forehead. It was like this huge Lego brick on my eyebrow. Like you couldn't even see my arch anymore. I was like, no, just no. And like I've done my eyebrows previous to this, and all I did was use like, they have those brow, they almost look like mascara, but you just put them on your brow. Yeah. That's all I do, because there's not much that like, I don't need to like do like those crazy like lines or anything.
Yeah. Why didn't I get a picture of the brick eyebrows?
Well, this was like 2 years ago, and like awesome. I was so horrified by it. I like got to my car, took out like a facial wipe and wiped them off. I was like, this looks great. When I was at the store, I'm like, oh, thanks. I walk out and basically wipe it off. I'm like, She's like, trust me, this is how big your eyebrows are. And I swear it was like that big. It was crazy large.
No, like, thank
you. This is not right. Not right
at
all.
So we go from pencil thin to Lego brick. Nice.
Oh, yeah, it was great. I was like, scary. I was like, who is this monster looking me in the mirror? Yeah, and it was a lot. Yeah, it was much. No. Yeah, and then we have well, not we, but like a lot of the shrinks have like the super thin eyebrows, so that like my mom, and I don't know about your mom, but I know another aunt gets them dyed because
my mom
so
dyes hers
light.
when she gets her hair dyed, that she puts the same thing and just runs it. Yeah.
I have not had that problem yet. Hopefully I will never have that problem.
So we'll talk about stuff we actually put on our face, like at least our favorite products. So
yeah, my new one is The Ordinary. Their face serums. They have a face peel, which I like and need to start like using more regularly. And it's like a face mask peel thing. And it's not like you put it on and all of a sudden you have sheets of like skin falling out or anything, because that would be terrifying. It's just like basically a scrub, but instead of actually scrubbing your face, you just put on the peel and it does it for you at a micro level. So that one's pretty great. And they have The Ordinary Buffet, which I swear I put it on at night and I wake up in the morning and I'm like, who has this baby soft skin? You do.
Oh my goodness.
Because like I won't have a lot of like the bags under my eyes when I wake up. I won't have like redness. Like it will just look smooth. I'm like, hey there. Hey, good looking. And I also need to start using that more regularly, because the danger is, or at least what I find is, like if I don't use it for one day, all of a sudden it's like Pimplesville, USA. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what is happening? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, all of a sudden now my skin looks like shit and I didn't use the product one time. Great.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is great.
It's addicted. Oh no.
Yeah. Pretty much. So yeah, that's what I use for like facial skin care. And then I just wash it and have toner.
And yeah, toner's definitely I personally feel like toner is not talked about enough, because toner is actually really important. It restores the pH balance in your skin. I use a toner both in the morning and at night. So super important to use a toner. I just use Neutrogena. Actually, a lot of the stuff I use is Neutrogena. I personally, even though they're a drugstore, quote unquote, company, they've been around for a long time. I've actually seen results with them. They're not like super cheap, but they're not super expensive either. So a lot of the products I use are Neutrogena, which include my toner. My toner's Neutrogena.
Nice. Yeah, actually sometimes when I feel that like my skin's getting like really like greasy during the day, I'll just be like, toner. Just because I don't know why all of a sudden my skin feels oily. Like, well, go into the bathroom and use some toner.
There you go. Yeah, I wash my face, put toner on. I have some stuff that I put under my eyes, a different one in the morning versus at night. So you can use whatever eye cream you want. And then I put on a vitamin C serum, which and it's another thing I just get at Target. It's by like Pacifica, I think is their brand.
Oh,
it's really good. And it's just a vitamin C serum, because vitamin C is actually really, really good for your face. And then I put on either a night cream or a day cream, depending, obviously, if it's in the morning or in the night.
Yeah, I do. I tried a night cream and I was not fond. So I've just been using The Ordinary Buffet, which is just like it has all your regular vitamins, and that's the one that I'm like, damn, babyface Connie, what the hell is going on? No more. Yeah, you have anything? Wow.
Yeah, you definitely have to find one that you like and that your skin likes. Some things can be too oily, some people are too dry. Like it just depends on your skin type. But I've just had a lot of luck with Neutrogena. Almost everything I use is except the serum.
Yeah. Well, serums are awesome. And actually, like, I never even thought about serums until earlier, quarantine time, basically. Because my girlfriends who we have like a little group chat, we're like, so my one friend was like, so my skin looking really weird and bumpy. What do you suggest? And like, then we started talking about all these serums. And so that's how I got into The Ordinary and the Buffet, which is a very reasonable priced company, because I think the Buffet serum, I think it's like $18. That's not bad at all for, I mean, granted, I think it's only like an 8 fluid ounce bottle, but you use like 3 drops is all I use. So when you're talking about drops, you're fine. I still haven't gone through the whole bottle, and it's been like a couple months. So
yeah. And I think my Pacifica vitamin C serum that I get from Target, it's about the same. It's like $17.
Oh yeah, but those vitamin A, right? Was vitamin A?
Vitamin C.
Oh, vitamin C. Either way though, the vitamin ones are, because they're like basically a vitamin concentrate. Yeah, those are pretty expensive. Like any of the higher crazy brands.
Yeah, so, it's worth it.
So what do you use for like concealer and makeup and shenanigans?
I really don't wear a whole lot of makeup, obviously. I wear a pencil and my mascara, and that's usually it. I do have, if I'm going to put anything on my face, Connie, I've talked about this before because we were both trying to figure it out. The only thing that I ever will really use on my face is tinted moisturizer. Because if I use anything else, I have really big pores, and I don't know if it just absorbs everything or what. I get breakouts like if I wear blush or full stuff, and I don't know. Jesus. I have pretty even skin tone. I'm kind of blessed in that.
Lucky.
So yeah. I don't really need, like, honestly, the tinted moisturizer is just enough. So I have the ones that we talked about. I have the one from I have one by Neutrogena, of course, that I actually really like. That's really nice. And then I have what's that fancier company that you and I talked about?
Oh, Bare Minerals, I think. Yes. At least we did talk about Bare Minerals.
Yeah. So yeah, I have the Bare Minerals one too. So I have one by Bare Minerals and one by Neutrogena, and I bought them both forever ago, and neither of them are even close to being empty, but they're both really nice. They both have sunscreen in it. They both smell nice. They go on really smooth. I like them both, actually.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of skin problems and I have a lot of makeup. It's probably a problem, but not too much of a problem. I know other people have bigger problems with makeup than me. Anyway, yeah, my tinted moisturizer is by Burt's Bees, and I really like it because it smells nice, and I feel like it's more of like a buildable one where if I wanted to, like, I can put like a little bit more on like the spots that, because like I can get like really bad like acne spots occasionally, like especially you know during that time. So like you can put it on like heavier in spots. Like I'll put it on a little bit heavier under my eyes, like to even out the like because you can see it's ridiculous and I absolutely hate it. But you can see the veins underneath my eyes. It's super annoying. I hate it. It's absolutely atrocious. So like I always feel like I need a little bit more there. And it's like buildable, but you can add more, but it can still look like nice and smooth, you know, without looking too crazy. And I like it when I'm just like, I just want a little bit. Like I just want a little bit of coverage and like some mascara.
Yeah.
And be done.
I like Burt's Bees. I actually do have one of their night creams and I really like it. So I'll have to try their tinted moisturizer next.
Yes. And then I've realized I am a little bit of a snob for makeup products because I use Lancome for my foundation, which is really nice and it matches my skin tone very well. It almost looks like I'm not wearing makeup, which is always my goal. Yes. I have a million palettes from Naked and Tarte and all of the palettes. I think I have like 4 or 5. So almost all of my makeup is a quote unquote brand name. I don't really use a lot that's not and the reason why though is because I never work my way through, like it takes me a really long time to work through when I buy stuff that's better for my face. Like the Lancome will last me at least 6 months. And I'm sure there's somebody out there being like, oh my God, you should only have foundation for 3 months or whatever the crazy guidelines are. But no, this shit is expensive. It's good for your skin. I would rather just buy something more expensive and not feel like it's lackluster. Because like, okay, obviously when I was a college student who could not afford really any like fancy makeup, I would go and buy the cheap shit not like it, and then like a few weeks later go buy like, or I'd think it's like okay, you know, and then I would go and buy another cheap brand.
Yeah.
Versus just being like one and done, and now I'm not going to go buy makeup. I think I spent for my birthday, I spent $100 on makeup, and I will probably not have to spend any more money on makeup this year unless I find like a palette that I really like.
Yeah,
Because
I have
things I ran out of, and that was it.
Yeah, I have higher end palettes too, but it takes me forever just because I don't really wear eyeshadow unless I'm like dressing up and like going to a wedding or something. The only thing that I usually go through is the mascara and the eye pencil, and I just use CoverGirl mascara. And I have people ask me all the time, like, "Oh my god, what do you use? Your lashes are so awesome." I just have good lashes, so like, I don't think necessarily matters, but I do use CoverGirl and I like it.
I think my mascara is Urban Decay, and it's because all of these other ones, they say that they're like volume boosting, you know, because I do not have good lashes. They say that they're volume boosting, but like the brush is so thin, and I've tried those thin brushes before, and they literally never do it for me. I'm like, I need like a bigger, like bristly brush for some really volumized lashes. And like, that's the only one that's a little fancier that I either use that one, or Lacombe has a one that I like that I kept getting freebies of. So I like, that's the other plus is being a member at Ulta. I always get a free birthday gift, and almost every single time, I swear, it's mascara, and it's always the mascara that I end up using anyway. I was like, oh, this is perfect. I don't even have to buy you mascara until this year when I ran out, and
there you go.
They gave me a new freebie, and it was not a freebie that I liked. I was like, damn.
So what about, I feel like the other big thing that people face, especially like myself, I don't know about you, is hair. So
I hate it.
I know.
I hate all my hairs. All the hairs that are unwanted that you have to shave off. I don't like all of them. It's fine. I don't know. What about you, Rieta? What do you think about your hair? I'll talk about mine after you talk about yours.
I've never been a big fan of my hair. My hair is super thin, which there's nothing I can do about it. It's just that runs in our family. So I just have super thin hair. I've always kind of struggled with it. And this is an area that I myself, like Connie talked about, like she has to use higher end makeup because it's just better for her face. Like I have to use higher end or whatever you want to call it, shampoo and conditioner, or my hair looks like shit. So I know everybody has talked about it. You've heard it many times. I use Olaplex, both the shampoo and the conditioner and the bond builder, and also the leave-in. Obviously, the leave-in you only use like every couple months, well, depending on when you need to. And then shampoo and conditioner is good. The reason I personally like Olaplex better than some of the other like more natural shampoos is because it actually lathers. A lot of these more natural shampoos that don't have like the bad things in them, and I'm sorry, I don't know all the names of the things. It's
like
that
the
are not
sulfites and parabens.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, sulfites and parabens and all that. Like a lot of the shampoos that don't have that stuff in it don't lather. So I'm like, what's happening up there? Like, is it getting clean? Is it not? Like, I don't know what's happening. The Olaplex still lathers.
Yeah,
and it lasts me forever. Like it's a little bottle. It's $28 for a little bottle, but that little bottle, at a minimum, I would say would last me 4 months. Because it's the same thing as like your face stuff. Like you don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. And I definitely notice a huge difference in my hair. Like I don't get like the split ends and like the little balls on the end of your hair. And it makes a huge difference. And I also don't wash it as often. Like I'll wash it once and then go at least 3 days, a lot of times 4, before I'll wash it again. Now that's not saying that I'm not using dry shampoo in between, because gross if I wasn't. So I do use dry shampoo in between. I use Batista.
Now they have dry conditioner as well.
They do. I know. I'm gonna have to try some of that out. Honestly, I really don't feel like you need it all that much. I mean, I'm off to try it out.
Because you already have the natural oils in your hair.
Right, and that's what you're getting rid of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what you're using the dry shampoo to get rid of. Like I said, I just use Batista. It's not that expensive. It works really well. I tried a different one and it was horrible. So yeah, those are the main things that I use for my hair. The bond builder helps a lot because I put that in after the shower and literally like the tiniest bit, and you just like rub it into your ends, like from like mid shaft down, and it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, and I used to be under like this bad impression that because I was telling my hairstylist this, I was like, yeah, I used to think back when I was in high school until I started like actually looking into articles. I was like, no, if I don't damage my hair with like a curling iron, which on a day-to-day basis, I really don't. I only really do my hair like Rita can attest, mostly my hair looks like shit and it's fine until I go out. And then when I go out, my hair looks good. It's great. So I try to like limit the heat tools, and that's like all you need. Like I shouldn't have to put in like the oils and whatever, the hair potions, whatever else you want to call them, to get like my hair to grow longer. But and then I realized while reading like this article, they were like, no, yeah, you want to use like some of those like hair serums that like lock in moisture, because that's how you get hairs breaking off, is the lack of moisture. So I actually bought like it's an argan oil plus keratin spray, not even that expensive. It's like $8. And I just do a couple of spritz, and then it gets rid of my frizz, and then it like softens my hair and gives it more moisture, so that helps. And then I'll occasionally use the Olaplex like deep conditioner treatment with my regular shampoo and conditioner. I'm trying out Target has this brand called Kristen ESS, and it's like this shampoo, and it only is like, because I have a problem with like dry scalp. And this is like specifically for dry scalp and getting rid of impurities like in your scalp and in your hairline. So it actually looks like, if you've seen for our listeners, if you've ever seen a bottle of hair dye where it has that long thin tube, it's so that it could be applied directly to your roots. It's the same thing, but it's actually shampoo.
Oh, cool.
And that's what I've been using. The only great thing I've realized with this one is my hair doesn't get as dirty as quick at all. I think I paid $10 for this shampoo, and I use it 2 times a week. That's it, with like just conditioner on my ends and rubbing that stuff into my scalp. And that's that.
Oh, there you go.
There are even some times where I'm like, it's been 3 days and my hair doesn't even really look that greasy. Like I could just not, and it would be fine.
Yeah, I actually use a serum too if I am gonna flat iron on the days that I like wash and blow dry and do all that. I use it's called Super Skinny Serum by Paul Mitchell. It smells amazing. It's actually not all that expensive. Again, a little bit goes a long way. And yeah, you don't have to do your roots. You just kind of do the from like here down and it smooths everything out, gets rid of the frizz, and then is like a moisture locker and a heat protectant.
So from here down, guys, just means like midway from your scalp, by the way.
Yeah, sorry guys.
You might not know what here down is.
You just don't need to do you obviously you don't need to do your roots. Yeah, because you're not touching the roots with the hot, and it's brand new hair, so you don't really need to get into all that.
Yeah, and that's like, I mean, I think I got luckier with hair because my hair is thicker.
Yeah, your hair is definitely thicker.
And I don't really have too much of a problem getting it long, but I feel like once I get it down to about the length that it's at now, which is like, like a little bit
for your
long.
boob.
Yeah, just right before my boob. It's fine.
Right above your boob.
Above my boob. It will not grow any longer is what I feel like my problem is, which is sad. But I mean, this is pretty fucking long. I mean, my hair not long.
My hair had gotten long, but I had stopped using the Olaplex, and like it was probably where your hair is now, but it was like super like there was like 6 hairs in the longest portion. So it was like, we need to like cut this off and start again. So I'm just now like starting to get some length back.
Oh yeah, not bad.
I'm getting there.
Like you always said, you're constantly growing your hair out.
Yeah. I literally just watched that movie again the other day because I love it so much. I'm growing my bangs. I'm always growing my bangs.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's fine. It's come out. My hair has come a really long way. I don't hate it as much as I used to. I literally used to like fucking hate my hair. Like all these people that had this, and you know, Hollywood doesn't help either because you see all these magazines and these girls have like long, gorgeous, perfect hair, and you know, when you're younger, you have no fucking clue that they have extensions in, so it's all fake anyway.
And then it's photoshopped, and
that too.
You know, and then we're all just made to feel like, wow, I have a shit body, shit hair, and a shit face.
Yeah.
And one day you just have to try and be like, no, you're all right.
And they used to make you feel bad, like
me.
Exactly. And they used to make you feel bad too, like, oh, like you're only a really pretty woman if you have really long hair, and it's like, kiss my ass.
No, I like your hair this length. I've liked your hair any way that you've done it, really.
Well, thanks.
I did, because I just hate me, so it's fine. I try to come to terms with myself every day. Basically, I look myself in the mirror and be like, I hate myself, and then I'll be like, okay, you're fine. You're fine. Everything's fine. I'm bipolar when it comes to how I view myself. Some days I'll be like, hey, looking good. Other days I'm like, no, you're horrible, and X, Y, and Z, and everything from, you know, everything just needs to be done.
But you need to go back and listen to our Positive Self podcast.
But that's why I have to stare at myself in the mirror until I start liking myself. That's what I do every morning. I'm like, there you go, Connie, you're all right. Stop being overcritical.
I love your hair.
In one moment, I'm like, I hate everything about myself. And the next moment, I'm like, it's fine. Woohoo. Thank you. I'm so glad you love my dried ass hair right now. Look at this.
I think this is the first time too, guys, that Connie's ever like been blonde. Like our entire lives, she's always had like dark hair.
That's true. But you do realize it's because of my mom.
Yes.
Mom would never let me sew, guys. And actually somebody was like, wow, that's fucking wild. Somebody really thought this was wild. My mom would not let me wear makeup until I was 16. Like I was allowed to wear lip gloss and like maybe mascara, and that was it. And then I was not allowed to, because I remember asking my mom in junior high, like, oh, can I get like highlights or whatever? And she'd be like, and I'm like, all the girls are doing it because they fucking work. I was never allowed to get my hair dyed until I could pay Tina to do it for me. And it never occurred to me like you could just go get box dye. Like it really never did until like a couple of my friends like, I get box dye, it's fine. And that's why my hair was always dark with the box dye, because box dye, you can't go lighter. It's really difficult. You have to bleach your hair first. And like, I did not have the know-how for any of that. So I was always doing like dark red and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was never really allowed to wear makeup either, except like you said, like lip gloss, because lip gloss was in, you know, that was the thing. Oh, yeah. You had the little caboodles lip gloss and like mascara and stuff. I was allowed to dye my hair. I cut my hair. I dyed my hair. I was allowed to do that, but yeah, I wasn't wearing any makeup.
Interesting. I wonder why your mom was like, it's cool for you to dye your hair. And my mom was like, oh no, you will not.
Well, she let me get, I shouldn't say dye, she let me get highlights, but I was naturally blonde. So we were already the opposite. Like I was super blonde. So I was just like putting in a couple highlights to make it have dimension. Like it wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah, no. And that's what I was asking for, is like highlights. And mom was like, no. But also my mom was like, but you already have such pretty hair. Why do you have to go ruin it? So.
Yeah, like any mom. Or like my mom always says, you don't want to do it now because you're going to have to when you're older, when you have gray hair. So you might as well just not do it now while you don't have to. And it's like, but it's fun.
So do you want to hear like a funny story about me being blonde? So for the wedding, grandma asked me and mom, they were like, you need to go back to like a more natural hair color, less blonde. Okay, fine. I'll go back to like, it was basically like almost my full natural color. And then like at this part, like by my chin or so, was just like a very light caramel caramely brown color.
Yeah.
Like it was very much less blonde.
Yeah, than it is now. Yeah.
Than it is now. And like even before then I was experimenting with more blondes.
Yeah.
And then like not at the wedding, but when we came back from the honeymoon, Mom was like, I should have had you kept the blonde. She's like, actually, I forgot how much I like it, because I think like we came back from the honeymoon and like a month or two later, I got blonde in my hair again. She's like, oh man, I actually forgot how much I liked it.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, whatever.
Yeah, it's already done with. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, now you come to that realization that you like blonde on me. Okay.
See, and like Connie and I are kind of doing the opposite, because I've been blonde 90% of my life. I've gone back and forth with like darks and reds and pinks, and I've done all the fun experimenting too. And then just recently I went back darker again. And I don't know if it's because I'm older, as you get older, sometimes it just things change. But now everybody's like, oh my God, I love the dark on you. You can never go back blonde. You look so good dark. Your blue eyes come out. And I'm like, all right, dark it is. The fact that you said I look younger was enough.
That's so funny. I don't know. I liked you both with blonde hair, and like, because I feel like blue eyes though look good with both blonde hair and dark hair. It makes your eyes pop no matter what. I don't know. That's just me personally.
I don't know. Things change. It's just funny. Like people love you blonde when you're younger, and then I went darker, and they're like, oh, I love the dark. And Grandma likes the dark because she's like, oh, it's more natural. You look more natural, because my hair did change to dark naturally after I had Jackson. I don't know what it is about pregnancy hormones. I hear it happens to a lot of people. So be prepared. Your hair might get darker. And then it was like, oh, well, I guess
my hair already is dark. My hair has always been brown. You're not going to I'm going to turn black. My hair's going to be black.
It could.
It could be wild. My hair could turn blonde. Wouldn't that be wild?
Ooh, that would be wild.
But no, it would be fine. We'll see. The other thing is who I am married to. I am married to a ginger. If I was going to be any other color, but like this brown and blonde balayage that I currently am, it would be red. Because I always really liked red hair. Like it would probably be like a dark brown and red balayage, balayage, whatever. However you say that word, it's a mixture of the color. My hair is supposed to look, and I think it does an okay job. Like it's naturally blonde highlighted kind of.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's the point. Yeah.
Whatever,
I loved red.
Fine.
And I got a lot of compliments too when my hair was red. Like everybody loved me red, but it is so much maintenance, like more than blonde.
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah, because blonde, all you need is some purple shampoo and you're good to go.
Yeah, red is so hard to take care of. And then I did what some people call the henna, which is like the really deep purple. So like in some lights it just looks blonde. Purple. Yeah, and I loved it, but again, so hard to take care of.
When I did the deep purple, it wasn't that bad to take care of, but I think it was because I never bleached my hair previously when I used to do the dark purple or the henna, whatever you want to call it. And it actually kept really well in my hair because my hair was already dark. So it was like, it really wasn't that big of a deal in my hair.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just took that color much easier.
Well, and the problem lies too when you try to go away from it. Because when you go away from it, since purple has red hues in it, when you try to go away from it, and especially if you're going to go blonde, it takes so long to get it out.
Oh, for sure. That does not surprise me. But that's all hair colors, right?
Yeah. No, I loved that color. Like that was probably one of my favorites. But it's just... Bleh.
You're like, this is getting too much. This is easier. Just do dark.
Yeah.
So do you because I can't tell in the video right now. So are you like all brown or do you have like some blonde highlights still?
There's highlights. The lighting in here sucks. It's actually balayage. It's like darker and then it gets like lighter because my hairstylist is moving. So it's supposed to be like easy maintenance since I might not I might not have a hairstylist for a while. So
yes, yeah, that's exactly why I have the like brown and blonde balayage, whatever you want to call it, because then I go probably 6 months before I go and I get it touched up.
Plus my hair will fade because I was blonde for so long. Like it'll be this dark and then in like a month or two, especially being out in the sun too. Like it'll be quite a bit lighter.
Yeah, so it'll just kind of fade into the highlights that she gave you.
So she goes darker because then we know when it fades, it's all gonna like balance out even better. So yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hair. You know, it's a trial. So I have a question about your Olaplex. So for that leave-in conditioner, for the conditioner, that deep conditioner one, do you put it in and then wash it out? Because I don't.
I put it in, and you're supposed to put it on damp hair. So yes. I put it in damp hair, comb it through, usually like put it up in a bun or a ponytail or whatever, and leave it on for at least 30 minutes. And then yes, I shampoo it out.
Oh, see, I don't. I've been using it like a leave-in conditioner. Like I just put the barest amount, run it through, and like you can't even tell it's on my hair. Because it just when my hair dries, it just dries normal. It's not like crunchy or weird or anything.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not hurting it. At least that stuff. If you read the directions, that was what you're supposed to do. Now the bond builder or whatever, which is that's a leave-in. Yes, like use a teeny bit of amount, just rub it in, and that you do leave-in. I mean, I'm sure you're not hurting it, but yes, I rinse out the other stuff.
Yeah, I just kept on because you need it to be on damp hair and not wet. Mm-hmm. Like I'm always getting out of the shower and like I'm not going to be getting back in the shower because like I sometimes take showers later at night or like mid-morning, so I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm just gonna put it in, whatever. And I just put a small amount and it's fine.
Oh, there you go. Well, a lot of times I either like get my head wet in the sink, like before I get in the shower to put it in, or like I'll take a bath and like, you get your head wet in the bath, like leave it in, throw it up on top, like enjoy your bath. And then by the time you're done, you can rinse it out.
Oh yeah, that is a good idea. Except for I hate my bath. So
yeah, you hate your bath.
Besides that, it's fine. That is still a good idea.
Yeah, I love that stuff. It literally like, I never used to believe like stuff like that worked, but I've literally seen a massive difference in my hair.
Yeah, and you said your hairstylist did too.
Oh yeah, because I had used it and then I don't remember why I stopped using it. I just stopped using it for a little while. Yeah, and and I have to get it shipped here. I can't like Ulta doesn't carry it, so I have to order it like from Sephora, which is fine. I mean, they actually usually get it here really quickly. But I don't know. It was just one of those things that I forgot about it. And I was like, oh, well, I have this other stuff. I'll just use this and then I'll go back to it when I'm done using this. Because the other stuff I had was that like Maui stuff, which is supposed to be paraben and sulfate free too. But yeah, when I like switched and then switched back, she was like, oh yeah, you need to stay with the Olaplex. I can see the difference.
Wow. Well, hey, I mean, at least you've finally found like solutions for not liking your hair, or at least products to help you.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Absolutely.
I love products though, but I've been trying to, and that's why I was buying more expensive face stuff. Cause I'm like, I find myself buying too much. Yeah. I'm like, no, I should just be buying like the nice ones and being done with it. And it's the same with your hair. If you're just buying the same brand that's nicer, but you're using it less, it's fine. It's working fine. Exactly. Maybe I will try the Olaplex because I have been surprised that when I bought this Kristen S stuff, which is a little bit more expensive, because I think it's like $10 and it's maybe like 10, 15 fluid ounces. So it's not that many ounces,
Yeah. Yeah.
And Tom actually hasn't really touched it. And I'm like, are you feeling okay? Because normally he's like, you get special shampoo and conditioner? I must try it. Like, thanks. So, do you notice, like, does like Kyle have anything that you're like, wow, that's almost as high maintenance as a girl?
No, not really.
He's just as simple as every guy.
Yeah. I try to buy him nicer shaving cream because he's got pretty sensitive skin and he tends to break out, but it's not, I mean, I guess it's expensive for shaving cream, but it's nothing that crazy.
Yeah.
But no.
The only thing I find that Tom is like now more particular about is his freaking mustache. He like, whenever he like trims it, he comes to me, he's like, does this look okay? And I'm like, yes. Or I'll tell him this side needs to be shorter than, trim a hair off of that.
Yeah. See, and Kyle can't have facial hair, so I don't have to worry about that. He doesn't use cologne. He's not high maintenance by any stretch.
Yeah. The beard is the only thing that's high maintenance about Tom. I mean, he gets particular about his actual hair, but it's really because of the color. Like he has to put product in his hair, or else it'll just be like a straight line across his forehead. Like it does not look good.
Yeah, like,
you have to put some product. Just because his hair is like thinner, it's red. He's very he's self-conscious about it a little bit. I think less so now, but like that's the other reason why I will refuse to get red hairs. I'm like, I do not need to look like my husband's sister or something like that.
No.
Like, yeah, I'm like, that would be weird, wouldn't it? Yeah, real weird. Yeah. It's totally better if I'm blonde than getting red hair. Because I always like those dark maroon red hair. And there's there's a couple of like photos of me with that dark purple, and it's still like in the right sun where it's red enough. I'm still like, oh, you are walking a fine line, miss.
Yeah,
of almost looking like his sister.
So I think that's our main stuff. We just basically want to talk about hair, makeup, stuff that we put in. Girly shit, yeah. Stuff that we put on us that we like, don't like, all that good stuff.
And let us know what your favorite shit to use is. Maybe we'll try them out.
Heck yeah.
Maybe you can try out some of the stuff that we've suggested and see how it works for you. And that is all, folks. And hit us up on our Instagram. Let us know about what you want to hear on the podcast. And soon we'll be starting to have guests, y'all. Have a good day.